Well, alright. This is the big one. I'm pretty sure every single video I posted, there's been at least, I don't know, to be conservative, about 1,000,000 comments that say, hey, do Panic at the Disco. Hey, PATD. Hey, fucker. Do Panic at the Disco. I've put it off, though, because I don't want to go into it with a sense of ignorance, because personally, I haven't been, I guess, surrounded by their music in the same way that many people were back in the day. And that's what I think the main flaw in Panic at the Disco's formula is, where it's not necessarily musical or lyrical. It's more about how they use their name and how they've progressed through the years. I do want to preface this video as well by acknowledging 2 points. One, it is totally okay to like whatever I talk about, especially Panic at the Disco, because I think, going to number 2, Brendon Urie, as a musician, vocalist, and songwriter, I think he's very talented. It's actually really hard to play a parody or do a version or analyze their newest album because it's basically just pop songs. I mean, they kind of ditch the very long-winded run-on sentences of their first and their third album, even their second to some extent, and they go with more of a pop sound, but they formulate the same patterns into their songs. So what you get is basically a glorified 2016 top 40 pop song, but instead of a cool fresh take on pop, maybe they incorporate some other cultures into their songs. They go back to that 2006, 2005, blaring guitars and kind of whiny vocals, and you're left with just, it sounds like it could be on any other albums. When you have most of your band gone and you're left with just the lead singer and there isn't much identity to go off of because the original members aren't there anymore, you're kind of left with just this hollow shell of a band that used to be an identity, that used to be a voice. And I know that maybe sound like very harsh. I know it does, because I know this band is so important to so many people in the same way that 21 Pilots is, in the same way that any other group that I've covered, any other artist I've covered. These groups are very important to people. I understand that. But I also, as a music fan, I really want to see growth, and I want to see people trying new things and making me wowed, and not just thinking they have to cash in on the nostalgia factor to get plays. If the band had stuck to one style and they had kept it going for over and over and over, this would be a very easy video. You're gonna go through your catalog of instruments, find something plucky and string-like, so it sort of sounds like you're at a circus that's in hell. And you play some, pattern in minors, so you'll have Then you go to the guitar and you go to the chorus. And what's going to happen in almost all of their songs, regardless of what album it's from, because they do change their style from album to album, generally the verses are going to be very spacious. They're going to have a lot of room for, breath, and you're going to hear a lot more of Brendon Urie's inflections on his vocals because he's a very good singer. And then the chorus, you kind of lose that because you just have this constant electric guitar, noise, horns, just kind of blasting you, and there's no dynamics, there's no sense of, I guess, a progression through the song that isn't just, here's the verse, oh shit, the chorus, and then back to the verse, and it's a very simplistic kind of song model. Do the voices of the damned speak the ones that we love most? Are you running for your life, or are you looking for your ghost? I just na-na-na-na-na. You can't hear the words I'm saying because there's so much guitar and distortion that my lyrics only matter to the hardcore fans who look up the lyrics, look up the lyrics, look up the lyrics. When you look them up, you're gonna see a lot of words like diatribe, synagogue, lots of long words, funeral. So I pulled up a list of the top 100 SAT words. I abate and abdicate the aberration of abstaining from the adversity of aesthetic that's so amicable to me. You've got the long hair of longevity, a mundane promiscuity. I'm nonchalant about the opulence that you're bringing to this wedding, and I just wanna see you be ostentatious with me. Oh shit, guitar. I'm so parched from all the thirst that you are building in myself. I am such a really good singer, but I'm clouding it with all these instrumentations that disguise this song from being a simple pop song. But you see, they changed their style so much, and they went to a completely different style on Pretty Odd. I'm from the Shire and I wanna be your wizard, and I'm running through the fields in a hell-forsaken land. I know I don't have the backing instrumentals for this example, but it's more about creating a example of how their lyrics are constructed. It's a bunch of run-on sentences laced around these notes that match up really perfect with the chords that I denote. Not saying they're not the only ones, but they've never changed the formula, and I wanna see Brendan Urie go solo and really stretch his talents. That was very specific. Alright, for this one, I'm gonna pull up Lewis Carroll, just some poems he's done. A mother's breast, safe refuge from her childish fears, from childish tears, mist that enshroud her dawning years. Wait, this is actually a really good poem. In love, for love is rest, a darling's kiss, dearest of all signs that fleet, from lips that lovingly repeat. We wanna turn the tides of the bedside, I just wanna see you can be mine. As the gates are closing, the walls are falling, can you be with me tonight? The tides are slowly closing, and I wanna see you by my bedside. I'm really trying to play this fast, but it really hurts my hand. Irritate eyes, do not get in the eyes. I am not like other guys, or Satan is calling me, and I feel his breath around me, and I need to know. Atrophy is colluding with the drawl that I have prepared over this melody of insurgent kinds of musicality. Long syllabled words.